Now I'm just above idle. Look at that. Look. And you can fly in a small space like that. Look, I'm going to turn really tight. This is full flaps. It's almost flying like a park flyer at this point. No real hint of a stall. Look at that. Now that's my time at 4.5 minutes. Hello and welcome to Motion RC. Stuart here at Motion RC Europe for the flight review on a model that you would have seen teased now, you would have seen the announcement, and this is the official flight review for the new Freewing 80mm, here it is, L-39. Now this is the Aero L-39 and what this essentially is an Avanti in a scale skin. It flies just as well as the Avanti, if not better, but it has a really nice scout appearance. Now that's not to say that it won't appeal to the non-scout guys. It is a very detailed model, but at the same time, in civilian hands, the full side had many sports schemes. So if you're looking for your next step up from the Avanti in terms of appearance, definitely consider the L-39. Or if you are a real scout guy like me and love the L-39 as I do and as Alpha does, that's why we chose to do this model, then it's going to make a great addition for your next Freewing purchase. Now what we're going to do, we're going to go out and do the flight review in just a minute. Before that, I'm going to talk you around a few of the details of the model. I will explain that we're back down at Hofdorp Model Flying Club. We've got Tom behind the camera, who you guys would have seen behind the camera with the Spitfire and the ME262 that we filmed here recently. My infamous splashdown in the canal there is going to live on forever on social media. But we're going to shoot this here today. Amsterdam Schiphol Airport is quite close by, so you may hear some planes going over, but we'll do our best to edit around that. We'll put an onboard camera on as well, and then we'll be good to go with the actual flight review. But until then, let's come a little closer and I'll give you more of an overview of the model itself. Now, as I said, it's pretty much a scale version of the Avanti. That's absolutely what we're pitching it as. It flies as well and is as stable and has as good a speed range as the Avanti also. Now for the detail itself, we've got inside the cockpit here, you've got the plastic inlaid for the cockpit so it won't deform so much in the sun. 3D printed parts will be available for this cockpit and for other parts as well, so look out for those. The span, according to the instruction manual that I have right here, this is just over a meter span at 1053 millimeters. It has same setup as the Avanti. It's got that 12 blade outrunner setup on this, and this is running on, if I open the canopy here, on the one that we all like to use. This is the Admiral 5006S, and you'll note the position here for the CG. Also of interest in here, we have the new control board. You'll see some close-ups of this. Now this is a new control board for me. It makes things very simple. Essentially we have these 6S band lead that come in from the wing and directly into the fuselage, so it's a much cleaner install. Now you would have seen this in the assembly video if you've watched that already, but if not, if you're new to it, then this is a very cool device and makes things very neat and tidy. And as you can see as well, Tom, you can come up just a little more and just be a little wide. You can see that it's actually very spacious. This is a 5000, but in all honesty, it will probably fit a 6000 in there with ease. Now, and the detail on this model, that's what I really want to talk about. With every Freewing model, it just gets better and better, and the L-39 is no exception. There's another plane going over there, so I'm going to have to talk up. Not only has it got all the fine panel line details and the rivets and whatnot molded in, but if I turn it over, you will see, let's have a look here. First of all, it has all metal oleo undercarriage. This is a scissor type oleo, much like the full size, and then a traditional oleo on the nose. The nose has full plastic cover now, as something that you would come to love and appreciate on new 80mm EDFs going forward. But actually, in the handling on the field, it doesn't affect it at all. In fact, it's very much benign. We've got quite thick grass here today, quite lush because we've had a lot of rain recently, but this model is very much set up for a setup such like this on grass. So if you're looking for grass operation with this EDF, this is exactly the type of model you want for handling such a situation. basically what I'm saying is it's very, very good on grass. So what I'm going to do is quickly do the gears here. They've got a nice delay mechanism on them. Here they go. Gear door on the front folds up very, very nicely and automatically, and we'll bring them back down again. Little bit of a delay there on purpose. Beautiful stuff. Also, whilst I've got you on the underside, this gun pod is basically removable. This is done in a Slovenian aerobatic scheme. Very, very nice standout scheme. It really pops in the sky, which is exactly what we want. However, if you are wanting to fly the aerobatic scheme like this, in real life it didn't really have the gun pod, as I recall. So that is completely removable. So that's your choice whether you want to keep that on board or not when you fly. And that just has a key style system which holds it in place there. Also, drop tanks. You see the drop tanks here. Now the pylons are glued in. That's one of the few things you need to glue other than the rear fuselage. But the drop tanks themselves are magnetically held. And what I'll do today in the flight review, I'll fly them both with and without so you can see if there's any difference. I don't expect there will be, but they do look very, very cool as well. Big 747 going over there. But all in all, it's a very nice package. I'm very excited to fly it. This is something that we've been working on, and I say we, I mean Freewing with Alpha developing the model, and actually myself, because when I first joined the company, Alpha and I had a discussion about what jets we would like to work on next. This is a suggestion that came up, and he rolled with it, and I've been very, very impressed with the results in the model itself. Now we're going to fly it, and I'll show you guys just how impressive it is. So without further ado, let's get on and fly this beautiful model. Okay, so I am unfit. We're ready to go. Very nice feature. You may be able to just make it out now on the L-39. We've got the LED landing lights, and whenever that gears down, you get those LEDs on the tips. If you can't see it in the moment, we'll definitely show you some footage of that later. Now I've got my breath back. Now I'm going to fly it now with the drop tanks on under the wing, and then I'll land halfway through the flight, take them off, and this first flight is really just about showing it flying as a scout jet. And then after that we'll land, we'll put another pack in, and we'll explore it a little more, just so you can see how diverse the L-39 from Freewing and Motion RC is. So without further ado, we've got an onboard camera, we've got this camera, and we've got an action cam down there. So let's take this bad boy up into the air. Right, Tom, you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, now with this I'm on all low rates. My settings pretty much the same as the 262, is pointed into wind, and we are good to go. Just let it build up speed naturally. It's a trike that behaves very well on the ground. Grass is a little long, and then it will just pop off like so. Gear goes up, and there, of course, there is a little more drag with the tanks, and of course I've got the camera on there as well. But let's just bring it around. I'm at half throttle now, and it's really groovy. That's really, really nice. I'm going to bring it around into wind. Apologies for the position of the sun here. I'm not sure how much you guys can see on the main camera. I'm going to do a pass, full power pass. How are we doing? There we go. This is full power. Oh, she looks good with those tanks. Now those tanks are just magnetically held, so when I come around and land in a minute, we'll take them off. Roll out of that one. This is again half. Lovely. Tom, how's that looking on camera?
Yeah, it's looking good.
I'm going to bring it back around then this way. Keep pulling, keep pulling. Do a nice pass. Bit of opposite rudder. Oh, look at it. It flies so well. It is so smooth. Look at that climb. Keep going, keep going. Going to roll out at the top and pull around. Ease off the power. Come down for a full power downwind pass. There we go. Oh, and that sound, that's that 12 blade 6S sound. Can't get enough of that. So I'll do one more, I guess, show pass, I guess we could call it. I'm going to bank the wing over, give it some opposite rudder, full power, opposite rudder. Look at that. Oh, almost knife edging. All right, I'll come around, I'll do a half roll, loop it out of the exit. Now it's just power off on this pass, power off. Lovely. All right, I'll bring it around to land now, just because I want to take those tanks off. Gear comes down. Remember, there's a little bit of a delay with the gear, so you got to be mindful of that. And the flaps are so good. I'm on full flaps right now and it behaves so well. I've got a little bit of height that I need to bleed off with the rudder. I'm giving a little bit of power at the end there. And I'm gonna flare it. Lovely jubbly. All right. So now we'll bring it in. Really bring it in. This is not scale speed on the taxi for sure. All right, let's just quickly remove these. As I said, these just pop off. They're magnetically held, but they're held very well. Very strong magnets on this one. We've done a good job there. Set those aside, take it back out, and give it a few more minutes as a clean airframe. Now my timer is set to about 4.5 minutes. I'm still exploring that flight time, and by the end of this video, I'll be able to give you a very good idea of just how long the flight is. Taxiing out, you can see the flaps there. I'm going to bring those up. Now I'm rushing through this a little bit only because I want to have all the sun. So let's take it out. Now it'll be interesting to see if it's a quicker takeoff without the drag of those tip tanks. All right, so here we go. On this takeoff, I am going to go mid-flap. The grass is quite long and spongy, so there's a lot of resistance there. I'm sure the grass wouldn't be a problem, but this is mid-flap takeoff with the drop tanks off. There we go, climbs up, gets on step, gear goes up, flaps come up, bring it round. I'm at half power now again, and let's do a few clean passes. Full power, here we go. Taking it up, I'm gonna roll it round. Look at that climb, look at it. I'm at full power still, bringing it around. Here we go, nice fast pass. Oh! Now you can hear my beeper. That's my timer, rather. That means it is time to land. I'm just gonna drag it out and see what we got here. No, I'm not gonna risk it. Right, at this point, guys, I'm gonna land, and then we'll get another pack on there, and we'll explore it further. I wanna do some slow passes on the next flight, and do some aerobatics as well. I got a little bit of height, so I'm gonna bring it around. Look how nicely it turns. That's with the gear down and mid-flap. Really nice and stable. Right, I've lost some height there, which is good. Tom, I hope this is okay for you on camera.
Yes.
If not, guys, we're going to cut to the onboard. I'm at full flaps now. Let that speed bleed off. Bit more power, flare. Lovely. Those scissor springs on the mains and the ODOs on the nose, really working well. All right. Let's put another pack in. All right, so we're here on the second flight now. I took the tanks off on the previous flight, and now I just want to give you a bit more of a show of how it flies as a scow jet, but also in that slow speed maneuvering as well, because it handles very well in slow speed. We had a little change up. We put the action cam that we borrowed from Tom here on the top. We think we were getting a little bit of grass on the underside there, which is understandable. This is quite a lot of grass to be dealing with. One thing I also wanted to show you, because I didn't show you before, is the flaps. Now, they are nicely slowed, as you can see. That's my mid-flap position, and this is my full flap position. And you saw just how well it handled on approach, and actually in flight it makes no difference at all, which is exactly what you want. Sign of a very well engineered model. So I will taxi it out there, because I'm getting a bit out of breath from running backwards and forth. So let's get out there and we'll do the next flight, and then the final flight after that is just me really exploring it, showing what we can do, not just as a scale model but as a sports model. As I said, it's very much like an Avanti, but in a scale close, if you like. So let's take it out. Taxiing for takeoff. See, it handles very nicely on the grass. That trike doing everything it should be doing. Those ODOs working well. And take it out a little further. I'll take off with mid flaps again. I think my CG is just a little forward of where I want it, despite the camera on the back there. All right, we're lined up. Look at those lights. They look really good. Hope you guys can see that. So I'm on mid flap, low rates on everything else. And again, let it just pick up speed and then just pull up when you feel it's got enough speed. Taking off. No, that's okay. Taking off. And let the speed build, and about now, there we go, look, it hops up all on its own with mid flaps. That's a good recommendation for you. You're on slightly long, soft grass, mid flap takeoff will get you up in the air, good and proper. Alright, so that's mid-throttle again. Alright, let's show you the slow speed of it now. So I'm going to bring it back round and I'm going to go full flaps on this one. I'll bleed off a bit of height around the field here, and I'm just over idle now. And look at that. Look at that. Flies like a trainer at that speed, and that's actually a very true point. You can actually consider this your first EDF trainer, scale trainer. You know, you've got the Avanti for a sports look, but if you want a scale introduction to EDF, this 80mm size is perfect. It has all the benefits of a bigger 90mm model, but at the price tag of an 80, you get all the presence of the 90, all the comfort in flight, all the speed, all the performance. Let's do a low fast pass here. And we'll pull up. There we go. Look at that climb. Beautiful. Keeps going. I'm going to roll down and I'm going to come. This is power off now. So it's just on the glide. Oh, it's so smooth. So smooth. Power on now. So yeah, all the performance, everything you'd want in a 90mm, but in the size and price range of an 80. I'll do another slow pass. This is with no flaps now. Really grooving. Let that airliner go past and I'll get some height. We'll try and do a scale loop in the middle. I'll bring it back around. Again, I'm backing off my throttle in the turns just to reserve the power for when I'm really close to myself and you really want to show both these models. So I'll bring it around again. So smooth. All low rates on this. I'm flying FR Sky radio, FR Sky 8-channel receiver. Let's go full power. We'll give it a loop in the center here. Tom, you good to go?
Yep.
Looping up. Easing up on the elevator. Easing up. Oh, pulling around. Beautiful. Coming off the power at the top. Letting it come around. It's almost coming around naturally with just a little bit of up elevator. Beautiful. All right, we'll do another pass and then we'll come in for some rolls. Fast pass, left to right. A little bit of opposite rudder. Oh, it looks so good. Okay, now let's check that roll rate. Now, first of all, I'm going to do my roll on low, full power. This is low rate and beautiful. All right, let's bring it in crosswind the opposite direction, and I'm going to go to mid rate now. I haven't rolled at mid rate, but let's see what it's like. Yep, quite a bit faster. I'm not even going to bother going to high rate. I'll leave you guys to explore that. But suffice to say, she rolls very nicely. Let's bring it around again. I'm going to come around this way. I'm going to do another slow pass. We'll do a dirty pass with the gear down this time. So I am full flaps. I hope that's coming out all right for you guys. There's the landing lights. You should just be able to see them. Full flaps. Got a little bit of speed on there. Look at that. Look at that. Gear goes up, flat goes up, and away she goes. There we go. Takes a little bit of a moment to get back on step there from the climb out, but she handles it very, very well. Another roll for you guys. Lovely. And that's just pure rolling with the aileron. I didn't really need any rudder in that at all. So we'll do another slow pass. This time, let the speed bleed off a bit. I'm going to S it around. Now I'm just above idle. Look at that. Look. And you can fly in a small space like that. Look, I'm going to turn really tight. This is full flaps. It's almost flying like a park flyer at this point. No real hint of a stall. Look at that. Now that's my timer at 4.5 minutes. Alright, so I've got her out there at the end of the runway for our third and final flight. What I want to do now is just explore the aerobatics potential of this. As we said, it's very much an Avanti in a scale clothing. I'm not the best aerobatic pilot for sure, but I'm going to do as best as I can, and I know you guys can probably do better as well. But truth be told, it is a very versatile model, so let's give it a go. Maybe we throw in some knife edges if it will handle it, and I'm sure it will. Do some rolls and some other aerobatics. All right, taking off. I'm on mid-flap now for takeoff. There she goes. Gear up, flaps up. Trim is good. All right, now I'm probably going to flick into a higher rate for these ones, so let me just get comfortable and into wind. cruising by on half hour there. And let's see if she will knife edge. Okay. Oh well, she does. A bit of coupling, but she does it very well. I'll bring it around to do another one. That's the first time I've knife edged this, I've got to be honest. So with a little bit more practice on my part, we'll really be able to pull those off. Do another one of those. I think I was a little too touchy on the rudder there. FYI, I am on mid setting for the rudder at that point. Let's bring it round, let's roll it over, kick the rudder in. Look at that. Ugh. Beautiful. Really nice. Alright, that's great. Let's take it up and do a snap then, I guess. Alpha was saying he wanted me to take it up high and just snap it over, so let's see what it does. Maybe I'll spin out the bottom of it. Apologise for the sun there, guys. We'll probably cut to the onboard at this point. Alright, so I'm going to take it up and just let it snap. And now we're rolling out of that. Oh, nice recovery too. Alright, I'm going to try an inverted pass now. Another fast pass for you. Yeah, rock on. Let's see. Now that's inverted now. I'm in low rates. And it doesn't need much elevator, which is a good sign. So we can bring it in. Full power. Very nice. We'll keep it inverted. We'll come around again downwind. See if we can get a little lower. Now this is downwind, so I need a bit more elevator. Full power. Oh, lovely. Alright, going up, going up, going up, up, up. Alright, let's try it. Oh, okay. Ignore that, cut that bit out, James. Alright, sorry about that, Tom. I'm going to bring it round here. It's out the sun. Now that's quite high for you guys on the ground, but we'll cut to the onboard. Let's see if it will spin. Okay. Now again, I'm not the best pilot. Oh, there you go, it's a bit of a spin. Not really sure what it's doing there. That's purely the fault of the pilot. Nothing to do with the model. Like I said, I'm only an average pilot. So, I mean, what else can be said about the Freewing L-39? It's a beautiful model, great presence in the air. In this aerobatic scheme, really stands out. Get some more passes in here whilst I'm talking. It's, like I said, it's a 90mm model in a 80mm package. Nice slow pass for you there. Good flight times. I'm already coming up to 4 minutes and it's still going. I'll do another low fast pass for you guys here. Very, very benign, super, super stable. And it just looks so good in that aerobatic scheme. Fast pass, down the strip. And look at that pull out, look at it. Keeps going, keeps going. Beautiful performance on even this, the standard set. Now I'm gonna bring it into land. Gear comes down, timer's going. I think I've probably still got a little more in the pack. I'm quite high here, so I'm gonna push the nose down, bleed off some of the speed out over the field. Now give it a bit of power. It handles so, so nicely. All right, now I'm in on my approach. Full flaps, flaring, flaring, flaring. Oh, almost lost it there. There we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, very, very pleased and very honored to bring you the brand new model from Freewing and Motion RC. Now, I should just say on closing, this one that you see here is a pre-production model. And I can prove that it's pre-production because it's a one of a kind. We don't get everything right first time. It's Albatros on this one, not Albatros. You guys, of course, will get an Albatros. Beautiful, beautiful European bird. We're really, really excited. I love it. I've always liked the Avanti. This is a Scal Avanti, if you like. We are very, very proud of it, and we know you guys are going to enjoy it. And with that in mind, make sure you share with us all of your custom color schemes, all your fan flights, everything else, full information about how you can post to us underneath this video or on one of our other channels. Please subscribe, please like if you like, and I will see you guys next time.